I look ugly. That's better, kinda. Oof. Yeah, anyway. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Jake, and you guys can probably tell by the title of what today's video is about. But if you're one of the people who have no clue what we're talking about today, but just joined because you felt like it, first of all, thank you. But today we're discussing a K-pop group named GFRIEND. Now, GFRIEND has been my favorite group since I found K-pop. I've known about K-pop for a little while, but GFRIEND was like the first one that I started standing back in like January. I'm 18 and I never have really gotten into K-pop, but I did just this year. And GFRIEND was the first group that I found that I was like, wait, I actually really like this. And from there, I became a buddy and joined the fandom and all of that fun stuff. And hearing the news this past week honestly depresses me, but it's a very sketchy thing. And even if you're not a fan of GFRIEND, just the whole thing has been weird, and that's why I've decided to make this video. Just to kind of have a platform for people who did use GFRIEND as a system of escape, or as, you know, just a fandom, just people who liked their music in general, just liked them, just, you know, all of that. Using this video as kind of a rant tea session. Like, what the?
I'm editing, but I don't want to make it sound like they're dead. Like, they're literally not dead. Like, they're all alive. They're all healthy, fine, alive, and beautiful. And you can still stand them. Like, they're still posting and they're still active on their social medias and stuff, but I'm just talking about the group overall.
Just to refresh your memory, or in case you're new, GFRIEND consisted of 6 members. We have Sewon, Yerin, Eunha, Uju, Sinbi, and Eunji. GFRIEND was under Source Music and was a girl group created back in 2015. They have around 7 studio albums and 6 mini albums, and they also have a few singles. So they've released a lot of music. If you're still kind of unfamiliar with GFRIEND, you might know them from the song Mago, which is kind of TikTok famous, or this song Me Gustas Tu. But now that I've told you about them or refreshed your memory, let's go ahead and get into the tea, because this stuff is kind of weird. So how I found out was my friend texted me and said, hey, GFRIEND might be disbanding. And automatically I got really confused because I was like, what? Because I had heard from, I think it was Eunji, the maknae, who's like the youngest member, that they were going to renew their contract with Source Music for 7 more years, which would have lasted some of the members until they were 30 or over 30, which is pretty crazy, I think, for a K-pop group. But that information ended up getting to a lot of buddies, and by the way, when I refer to buddies, I'm talking about their fan base, so yeah, but that information did get out to a lot of their fans, their buddies, and a lot of people were expecting them to renew a lease contract for 7 more years. That was up until they started releasing news. Like, some news people just started releasing things that GFRIEND looks like they're gonna be disbanding because their contract with Source Music dropped. What? It's just so confusing. Now, obviously, I just want to put this out there right now. If any of the girls of the group said that they just didn't want to do it anymore and they just needed to move on and they all decided on that, that is their personal business, and we frankly have nothing we can do about that. We just have to respect their wishes. However, we don't know that as fans, and honestly, by what they've been posting on their Instagram and kind of just what's been going on, kind of seems like none of them really felt like leaving. I could be wrong, but that's just what I'm assuming. After news broke out and Instagram posts were being made by fans and fan pages, and just like a lot of people knew that they were planning on disbanding, the unfortunate truth came out on their Instagram page. And now the comment section is flooded with just about 25,000 comments. I mean, and frankly, fans are really upset. You know, like one of their favorite bands or one of their favorite, K-pop groups or just, fans that aren't even that big of fans, but just like their music, they're shocked. And it's really annoying because we never saw this coming and it just became a sudden, abrupt end. And honestly, this does happen a lot of times with K-pop groups, but typically you'll usually know that they're gonna not renew their contract beforehand. While with GFRIEND, it was very abrupt and kind of, once again, shocking. Now, I'm gonna address the rumors about why they might have not renewed their contract, because there's been a few rumors and speculations going around as to what happened. The biggest rumor that I've seen was the fact that Source Music has found a new girl group, and they thought that GFRIEND was getting old and that they just needed to have a newer group, a fresher group, someone that, was gonna come in and I guess be newer. But I don't really get this because GFRIEND is one of the most famous girl groups of all time. So I don't know if that's really the case, because they were bringing Source Music in a lot of money. Well, I assume they were, considering that, they have millions of streams and just, I'm just assuming a lot of that money goes to Source. The second biggest thing that I've seen was the fact that GFRIEND, the members of GFRIEND, weren't really enjoying their music anymore, and they kind of secretly felt like they weren't getting what they needed, and so they all very privately decided to disband and tell Source that they weren't going to renew their contract. Now, this is probably, I think, the most accurate one that I would believe, considering the fact that their music did change a lot. However, a lot of the girls, there's like 6, but some of the girls did post like on Instagram, for example, and they just seem really happy being in their costumes. They love posting about and talking to their fans, so I don't know, but that does probably seem the most accurate to me. Another one that I've seen that isn't really discussed is the fact that some of the girls had Scandels, and I think if you're a buddy, you know what the Scandels are, and if you don't, I will tell you. So I'm not gonna mention the names of the girls because I feel like that's kind of bringing back things that we just need to forget about. But I'm sorry if you're like, expose them right now. Like, I don't really feel like doing that because it's just, I don't know.
Hi, I'm editing, and I'm sure you can literally find out who it is in a second if you just look it up. But like, I just don't feel like talking about it because it honestly makes me uncomfortable. And not gonna lie, I'm not really supportive of the girls that did have Scandals. I'm more supportive of the ones that didn't, obviously, because MG's my bias, but yeah.
But one of the members posted an Instagram photo with a supposed Nazi statue, and I don't want to bring this in, but I am Ashkenazi Jewish, so, and like, I've had family in the Holocaust, like I know friends that have had family in the Holocaust and stuff, so it's like, something like that is really, really offensive, obviously, because it's like, what? And honestly, when I found this out, I was pretty shocked. I mean, my friend was like, did you know what happened with that member? And I was like, no. And I looked it up. She did apologize multiple times. I think it was like 3 or 4 times. Although I haven't seen any of these apologies, I'm assuming that she did because people keep saying that she did.
I'm back. Sorry, I just need to explain a few more things. I found out about the Scandals a few months after I had started standing the group. And at first, it was really hard to find out, like, anything about the Scandals, which was really weird, because, like, I would literally look up, like, GFRIEND Scandal, and for some reason, when I did that, like, for the first time, nothing really came up. But yeah, if you were like, why is GFRIEND your favorite group after you even know about all the Scandals? That's why, because I didn't find out about the Scandals, like, before I started standing them. I found out after. And even still, it wasn't all of the girls. It was like 2, so.
Another scandal that has happened many years ago that one of the members, I think, was making fun of a certain hairstyle. I think that's how I'll put it. Which is obviously not okay. Like, you shouldn't be making fun of, like, races and stuff like that, but that's what I heard she was doing. And finally, I think the last scandal that I heard about was that one of the members put a very derogatory term for one of the members in their phone.
Okay, one more thing. I'm not, like, smiling or thinking it's funny in that. Like, not at all. I don't think it's funny at all. I'm the type of person to, like, smile or, like, kind of, like, awkwardly laugh when something is, like, really bad or awkward. And in that sense, it was very awkward. So I just was like, that's what I meant. I'm not laughing at it. Just letting you all know. Because in my last video, people were like, why are you laughing at stuff? And I was like, I'm not laughing at stuff. Trust me. I'm just the type of person that's like, oh, yeah. Anyway, don't be mad at me. Okay.
So all of these scandals could have led to people not listening to their music as much, and could have made Source Music want to drop them because they've been a little bit, you know, on the problematic side. And honestly, they're really not that problematic compared to a lot of other people. However, they did have scandals that, you know, some of them were not okay, and I think Source Music might have been like, hey, you're fired. But also, I just kind of wanted to mention this in this little thing. Because of this, and because of all the scandals, a lot of people had a bias for Eunji, and she's my favorite. But she was like the first one that I recognized and everything, and she has been through a lot as a K-pop idol. A lot of people love her, but she's like the known bias for the group now.
Okay, actually the last one. I feel like a lot of people are going to disagree with me on the fact that Eunji's the known bias, because people are going to most likely think that it's Yerin or Eunha, and in a lot of cases it is, but in like, I think a lot of people who I've talked to, Eunji is their bias. So yeah, this next part will kind of go for anyone, but I did mention Eunji in it just because I was kind of thinking about like my circle of friends and, you know, who their bias was.
I mean, obviously, a lot of people still like others, but because of the scandals, I feel like the majority of fans were starting to lean towards Eunji, and this also could have led Source Music to get annoyed because they didn't want one girl to be liked. Only they wanted all the girls to be liked. But the other thing I wanted to address was the girls' Instagram pages. Now, each of the girls posted a kind of goodbye on their Instagram pages. Specifically, I'm gonna go to Eunji because she is my bias. But Eunji posted, you know, her when she started. She posted their video of Glass Bead and their choreography for it and everything, and when she was first starting out. And she posted the date of when I think they debuted. And then she just kind of said in like the bio part, like, you know, goodbye, I love you all, Buddy will love you forever. But all of the girls posted the exact same photo, which is this one, and they all said the exact same thing. And in Korean they said girlfriend loves Buddy, and in English they said love you always, heart. And all of them posted this, I guess, as a kind of goodbye to GFRIEND. And now, honestly, I could talk about the sketchiness all day of this whole entire thing. I could discuss, you know, the fact that the girls all posted the same photo, or that the girls, like, never really discussed that they were leaving. I could discuss all of that. But frankly, the unfortunate truth is that GFRIEND is disbanding, probably. Unless they go and they do a different thing, join a different company, probably have a different name. But until then, GFRIEND really isn't a thing anymore. Their music in the past still is there, in case you guys want to go listen. But I think my issue really is that I kind of want to make sure that the girls are getting paid for me listening to their music and not just Source Music. Because I feel like Source Music is kind of hiding something, and I don't really want to, like, be like that, but a lot of fans are suspecting that they're hiding something, including me. But I could be totally wrong. I just know that from past K-pop idols and videos that I've seen and just stories that I've heard, that a lot of these companies are kind of really mean to some of the K-pop girls. And so I'm at arm's length. But anyway, if you guys want to support the girls still, I know that Uju has my YouTube channel, and she posted a cooking video with Sewon. And yeah, make sure you guys support their YouTube channels and their Instagrams. Just catch up with what they're doing all the time. I know that Eunha and Yerin just hit 1 million on Instagram, which is also kind of sketchy, that the fact they just hit 1 million. And yeah, I just find that also really sketchy. Anyway, I find a lot of things sketchy with this freaking thing. Like, I feel like something just needs to come out about what they did, but at the same time, if no one wants to say anything, that's their prerogative, and we can't do anything about it. But anyway, I might make a part 2 if more things come up, but until then, this is kind of it. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If I missed anything, or if you guys just want to go off in the comments about something, definitely put a comment down below, because I want to read what people have to say. I want to read if I missed anything or all this information, just because I'm really curious what is going on, and I think a lot of people are too. But yes, thank you guys so much for watching, and remember, buddy forever. Hey guys, just a little update today on GFRIEND. Sewon posted a story of all of the girls meeting. So, is this the end of GFRIEND?